Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's going to have a fantastic weekend. The weather here in Worcestershire looks pretty good. I've popped on to basically let you know and show you how I do my how I make money from my books. Now, from day one, you make money because you get a link to a digital brochure and you get an online shop. But we're going to talk about that at another video. Today, it's all about the book. Okay, we get the books obviously from Avon. The more we buy, the cheaper they become. They are inexpensive. You can buy 5, 10, 15, 20. I buy 40 to 60 to 200. It just depends on the time of year, what's going on, and how busy I actually am. So if I just bought 40, I think I pay just under £10. It will vary from different times, and it will vary, depends on what level you're at. But on the whole, they're pretty cheap. Okay, so the Avon book will come when you've ordered it, etc. Okay, you can see some labels on it. All right, but they're what I've put on. So the first thing I do is I get my book. Now this is personal, and you don't have to do it. You can do it any way that you want to do it, or you can copy somebody else if if you're in a different team or whatever. But I identify my book with a little label in the corner. The reason I do that is if the book goes astray, then somebody might be interested in what's in the brochure, so they can contact me. So I've got my website on there, with and I've got my phone number on there, and it also says if you want to order anything, you can WhatsApp it, etc. Now, another thing that you don't have to do, and it's nice, it gets you identified, you sort of branding yourself. These labels are inexpensive. You can either make them yourself or just have somebody send them to you. Okay, another thing I do, and again, of course, you don't have to do it, but at the bottom of the book, I'll learn to use this camera thing one day. I put a little sticker that says, find me on Facebook. Then find me on Facebook. It's got a QR code. It will take them straight to my Facebook page. Hopefully they follow me, and then they're going to get notified of all the things that are going on, etc. You don't have to do it. It's up to you. But I think in this day and age, it's probably a good thing to do. Okay, sometimes the brochure comes with a little flyer, a little insert or something. Okay, that just helps you get extra sales because of some really good bargains in there. You can put it at the back of the book, or you can just pop it in the middle, but I tend to find there's a nice little middle bit. So personally, I pop it in the middle. So now the next thing you've got to do, this is just prepping your books to get out, is you will get, when you order these, they come free, order forms. You may have seen them if you've ordered yourself or whatever. But what you won't get is that little sticker in that corner, wherever it is, that little sticker in that corner. I've had them made and I've put them on. Because what that sticker actually says, I don't think you can see it, but it actually says the two QR codes, there's one for my shop and there's one for my brochure, plus I've got my website on there, plus I've got the telephone number that you can WhatsApp me, and the message says something like, if you want to me to collect, no problem at all, I collect the order. But if you prefer to WhatsApp it, and many people do these days, they just WhatsApp it into you, because then they can be completely flexible as to when they decide they're going to do it, so they're not sort of tied down a little bit. But here's a big tip, and I think this one is a helpful tip. In the top corner, you will see that it says on this one, book 924. Okay, the reason I do that is because if you're going to have them WhatsApp you, they'll probably WhatsApp you from 2 books ago. Like the other day, I had this lady order something from the June book, even though every month she gets the latest book. How she manages to do it, and she does it every time, I can promise you. So I might as well just leave her one book for the whole year and just work it out. But when you get the order, you will struggle because the product codes change every month mostly, and also the prices change because in June there might be an offer on eyeliner, in September there may not be, so you lose out a little bit there. But if you've got that number in the top of the on top of the order form, then at least you know what book. And also, here's another tip: I keep all the books, okay, because trust me, you'll go back to April. So it's nice that when somebody does, oh, can I have this? I've had it before, or they think they're ordering from the latest book. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. You can go into your where they are, get April book, go to that page, find the product, and then you can match it up with today's latest book. So it is well worth keeping. I've got like probably at least 1 year's worth of Avon books, if not two. I've probably got more than that. Okay, so right, what I do now, some people will put them in like that so they stick out of the book. Some people fold them. It doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. Some people put it at the front of the book, at the back of the book. They just leave it sticking out. It's really up to you. I'm neat and tidy. I know this will bug certain people that I know, but I just fold it up and I don't really mind where I put it. Some people want to put it on a certain page so it draws their attention, but I don't believe in that. I just pop it in. As long as it's in there, that's all I want. Is I want the book, and I pop the order form in. That's it. That's fine. I've labelled up the book. I've identified it. Then all I've got to simply do, you buy these bags from Avon. Again, they're inexpensive. Not too happy with the big Avon black logo. I don't think it helps. So I put it to the back, and then I pop my book in, which I'm doing now, so that the book looks like that in its plastic bag, and round the back obviously it clearly says Avon. Okay, so the other thing that you need to do is tell all these people when you're going to come and collect the book. Okay, again, it's up to you. You can do it any way you want. You can copy somebody else, but I have these made, okay, which are quite decent, neat, tidy little boxes. They can tick to say what day they want them to collect on. They can see who the Avon person is. There's a number there for me. There's a QR there, code for me. All the information's on there, so I just simply will put that in the front of the book for my local customers. Okay, then it's going to look like that. So I've got a neat and tidy book that goes out, clearly identifiable to me. Hopefully it looks better than some people's. I'm not saying theirs don't look that good, but I do my best to, because we're representing ourselves, we're representing Avon, and we put a lot of effort in, so we're keeping it clean, tidy, and also I absolutely never reuse the bags, even though they're okay. It never looks fresh, so I'll always reuse the books, but I won't reuse the bags. But I do use the bags to recycle for other stuff, so perhaps I could be let off there. Now, the other good thing to do is to look in the book, obviously, which you probably want to do anyway. I always do. See what they're promoting, and then make sure you've got the samples. Now, you can get the samples the month before, because the month before they send out what's coming out the next month, and you can buy the samples quite cheap. So in this book, I'm going to put a sample in, okay, which is going to look like that. And then it opens up. It's got the fragrance in there, absolutely terrific. Now, the good thing about this is that if people aren't into fragrance or skincare, whichever samples you put in, and you can put more than one sample in, you could put a skincare one in as well, but they'll usually leave the samples for you to have back, so it's quite good. But I've found that every time you put them out with samples, you definitely get more sales. Definitely get a lot more sales. So I've probably got enough samples here to actually supply Avon with, but you'd be surprised how quick they go. So the best thing to do is grab them when they're on offer, and you've always got them. Okay, now a good tip as well is absolutely don't put in samples that aren't available in this book, because people will want them and you're going to struggle to get them. So if Little Black Dress isn't in the book today, and you put samples in there, they're going to want it, which is fair enough, because what's the point of putting samples? You know, it's doing its job. So just stick to what is in the book, then you won't have any difficulties. You'll get more orders. Okay, the team I'm in obviously is the Achievers team, which is the top team, well, one of the top teams in Avon. Now, they seriously recommend, and duplication is the name of the game, that you put the book out twice a month. You go to your customers with your book. Okay, but I'm going to have to be straight and honest, and one or two people might not be too happy with me, but I don't. And mainly, well, not mainly, but because I'm a full-time driving instructor, you know, it's I just can't manage it. But they've got statistics to prove, and the training shows you time and time and time again that the sales, you know, it massively makes a big difference to your sales. So I would encourage you to do twice a month. Absolutely, don't copy me. And if anybody comes into my team, I will do my best to get them to do twice a month, because I do believe it's very sensible, it's the right thing, and it's proven that it works. Everybody in the team does it, and that's why they're the best. I should do it, and in time I shall, but my job is getting in the way a bit, so obviously I have to perhaps cut one or two corners. Okay, the other thing is that this card will tell them what day you're going to collect. You just tick the box so they know. They love to know when you're coming. Okay, again, it varies with area, different people. You might, you know, you've got to do what you think is right. Personally, I do 2 days. So if I put it out on Sunday, I collect it on Tuesday. When we've got two books, say for Christmas, I will give them 4 days because they need a bit longer to mooch through it and things like that. Some people actually say, oh, I haven't done it yet, can I keep it? So of course you can, you know, there's no problem whatsoever. You can do 3 days. I don't really recommend 1 day. I don't think they've got enough time to look at it. I think you've got to think, and also think when it goes out, what time is it going out? You might say put it out Sunday, but if you're not putting it out until 7 o'clock in the evening, then they might not be looking at it until Monday night, and things like that. So you've got to think, if I put it, like mine will be out first thing Sunday morning at 7 a.m, they'll be out. I'll be finished by, well, I'll be back by 8 a.m. They'll all be out. So they've got plenty of time to look at it, and then they don't feel rushed, because people do like to take their time, you know, put it down, pick it up, have another look, think about it. You know, depends what mood they're in and how busy they are, what the kids are doing, etc. So try and think like that. So I do 2 days, collect them. Then all you've got to do is bring them back. If you're new to doing this, the most important thing is that when you collect the book, you open up the book, have a look and see the order. Lots of people will give you an order, but they won't put their name on it or their address. Don't know why, they just miss it off. I'm okay because I can identify the writing and I know all the people, but if you're new to this, you're going to say, well, who on earth has put that in? By the time you've gone round a couple of streets, you've got half a dozen orders, you'll never know. And then it's quite tricky and quite hard, and you could lose a customer and you could lose that order, and you just don't want to put yourself in that situation. So if you're new, make sure you peep in the book, make sure and if they haven't, just put on number 6 Coronation Street or whatever it is, so that when you get back you can process it properly. So I hope all this has helped. I hope I haven't gone on for too long, and thank you. I'll try and end it now. Oh yes.